What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another weekly update for X-Dive. So we don't actually have any confirmed news for this week. However, I apologize about not making an update last week, but we also didn't have any news last week for any kind of update. But this week, what should be happening is the Gore iCO banner. Because we got Shigaru Armor X last week, so Gore iCO is the last part of that collaboration, so that's what we should be getting this week in the global version of X-Dive. Unfortunately, that's about all that I can really, speculate. I don't really like speculating all that much. But Gore iCO should be coming this week in X-Dive. I assume to at least NA and EU. I don't know if LATAM is actually having the Monster Hunter event right now. If they're not, then Gore iCO probably won't come this week to LATAM. As far as Taiwan, I don't know. We're still in a lull in Taiwan, which I think is pretty bad, to be quite honest. Simply because we haven't had any updates in quite some time. We also haven't had many. We're about halfway through May now, and we've had one new event this year in the Taiwan version, and we're halfway through May. We're almost halfway through this year, and we've only had one new event. Even the Devil May Cry collab was, well, I say collab, that was very lacking as well, because it gave us new characters and new cards. No new event collaborations like we had for Street Fighter and Monster Hunter previously. Like all three of the Monster Hunter events, they got unique stages. The Street Fighter event, it got a unique stage. Devil May Cry, we got a rerun of Shikai's event. So I'm kind of iffy on the state of the Taiwan version right now. Could change, but right now I'm kind of just like, looking kind of slow. Other than that, though, that's really it for this week. Unfortunately, I would like to be able to give you guys some more news. Something that might be happening, though, is that I actually asked Zero X, someone on the dev team for X-Dive, he's active in the global X-Dive server, if Gore iCO will actually have the same rates as Shigaru Armor X. I assume they would. Surprisingly, though, what the answer Zero X gave me was she might actually be at 8%, which is good, but also doesn't make any sense to me. So hopefully she is at the 8% instead of the 6%, like the Die Festival rates, as opposed to the 6% that Shigaru Armor X was. But yeah, like it doesn't make any sense to me why Gore iCO would be 8% at all, especially because of the part of the reasoning that we were told for initially was that, oh, Shigaru Armor X didn't get the rate increase because he's part of the same collaboration as, he's part of the Monster Hunter collaboration. In the previous banner, the rerun banner was 6%. So that doesn't make any sense. On top of that, they said they wanted to remain consistent with themselves, which, like I said, doesn't make any sense at all, because if they want to make it consistent with themselves and they put Gore iCO at 8%, that's already not being consistent with themselves. But on top of that, I mentioned in the previous video that they had bumped the rates up to Die Festival rates in global for the last Monster Hunter event, so they're not being consistent with themselves or like in that regard either. But like I said, hopefully Gore iCO gets the rate increase. Character overview coming on her later. And real quick, one thing that I just didn't I glossed over last week. I saw it, but I was like, oh, I didn't register in my head immediately. S-Class Hunter X and S-Class Hunter Zero actually got their DNA. I noticed that because I saw an orange dot on X, but I was just like, oh, that's just kind of there because it's there for a lot of other characters. But yeah, he actually got his DNA. The DNA on these two isn't really anything too crazy. Energy feedback on X, enhanced Buster Expert on X, and then we have S-Class Hunter, which damage rate of tracking missile by 20%. We need a maximum charge shot, reduce the prep time of super tracking missile by 2 seconds. Can only be used after a 2-second cooldown. And then the unique DNA's Peace of Mind. Got some other stuff here. Mid-range adversity, abilities, amplifications there. As for Zero, it's largely the same. You have energy feedback here. Yours is 21 energy feedback. Oh, was yours 21? Okay, they're both 21 energy feedback. Here we have enhanced melee expert, which, Kind of same thing. And here, our final comeback with HP is less than 30%. Gain a shield of invulnerability that protects you from all negative status effects and damages, which is interesting because I don't think we've had anything like this before, where it gives you an invulnerability that protects against negative status effects and damages. And the reason that's interesting is because that's just full showtime once you hit, sub 30%. The problem is you have to hit sub 30% and, not get blown away. So maybe not so much for PvP, but in PvE, it's going to be pretty useful. And damage does increase by 20% when the Invulnerable Shield is activated. I don't know how long this lasts because the game legitimately doesn't tell me. But other than that, as for his unique DNA, it's Undue Advantage, which is really, really nice. So another unit that's Undue Advantage. So if you need this for your Dr. Light, you can put that on him because he has True Stun, or someone else with True Stun. It'll work well on almost like that. But that's going to be it for this video. I guess let me know your guys' thoughts about the what I assume is happening this week in Global. And one thing I did want to note that I didn't mention a bit earlier when I was talking about it, for the Gore eco, I feel like if the rates do get bumped to 8%, it's mostly going to be because like the unrest from the community, from like, hey, why are these rates lower than what they should be, just because they were higher in the Taiwan version, like I said, and in the previous Monster Hunter event, they bumped both banners up to the Die Festival rates, which is better for the players. So that's it for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.